Oh, that's so cool.
We're back live with the second half of Burning Wheel. If you're a Burning Wheel fan, you'll notice that we're skipping over some of the things to speed up play. But we are getting the core gameplay down. Again, this is just a one shot. If you're looking for more Burning Wheel, though, for some reason you're very excited about this system, in 2 weeks, we'll be starting a 4-episode campaign called Burning Bread, which is a Burning Wheel game about making pizza. Yes, we're here intensely investigating situations, but you can also play as noblemen in a high pressure situation or peasants just trying to make a pizza. Before our intrepid heroes, well, I use heroes very loosely. Before our protagonists, Preston and Brunhilde, disappear down the alleyway, the other guard standing next to Edens is like, "Ma'am, the other investigator was already here."
Oh, what did they say anything?
Oh, they asked us a lot of questions, and the guy finally got done sewing his pants back up. He's like, "Yep, lots of questions. She had lots of questions."
Who was this other investigator?
Oh, Lady Emerson, Claudia Emerson.
Oh, excellent. Did she ask about me?
I'm sorry. Who are you? Oh, right, you're Billingston. Nope,
Billingsworth.
she didn't ask about you. Everyone hates you, though.
He just like crestfallen.
Edens looks at you. He's like, "Yup, that's right. I hate you too."
I do.
Yeah, no, he like laughs and he's just like, oh, you jokers. The town guard always ribbing me. Come now, Brunhilde. We gotta back to work.
Brunhilde's just standing there, like arms folded, looking down, shaking her head with a smirk on her face. Just like
Brunhilde knows what's up. Oh my god, I just looked at Lexi's notes. She actually did put "what punctured his foot?" question mark. So good.
I mean,
Gotta stay in character. Yeah, I get it.
Well, if I'm being very scientific, it's also a court case, having all the information. It's all good to have for review. I figured.
Perfect. As you go into the alleyway, you see signs of obvious struggle. There were crates and barrels that have been broken open. There's now like salted fish everywhere, lying throughout the area. A lot of blood draining towards the storm drain of the city, and some strange marks on the brick and stone of the surrounding buildings. Some of them are like weird whole like punctures, and others are like claw scratches and scrapes.
Okay, I want to look at the marks on the walls closer.
Yeah, I'd like to help out with that as well.
Okay. What is your intent here? What is it you want to do?
Figure out what could have caused it.
Perfect. So I think that's probably going to be observation, which you don't have trained.
I have observation.
Oh shit! You do have it trained. You're actually quite good at it. Who wants to roll first? I feel like Brunhilde's kind of taking the lead here.
I think Brunhilde. It sounds like Brunhilde's making the roll, and I'm helping.
How many helping dice are you giving out?
Just the one.
Pian, are you okay with being helped?
Yes, I am.
All right, excellent. Do you have anything you want to fork into this? Don't have. I mean, you can fork cudgel in technically, because I know what kind of wound this is.
Okay, I will do that one then. Brawling. Can I make an argument?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brawling. I think criminal wise would probably also kick into place.
Okay.
if you want to take 3 extra. This is against Ob 3.
Okay.
Oh, you got this.
Got 4 helping dice.
Okay.
7 versus 3. You have a fairly good chance of succeeding at this.
What's the obstacle?
3.
3.
That should be cake.
Yep, nailed it. Yeah, you've seen wound marks like this before. It's not 2 separate things. What's causing these is a new type of weapon that's recently been forged called a S-stock. It's a long, round blade that has a puncturing point at the end. It's used to pierce people's armor. When it's dragged along the wall, it looks like a claw, but when it's pushed into something, it looks like a hole.
Okay.
So it looks like there was a sword fight with S-stock. Someone's telling me it's just pronounced tuck. The English tuck. Very well.
There you go.
Okay. I want to observe the area more closely, but like overall, but instead of just taking a once over, I want to walk around the room and observe it.
Okay.
Try to see.
What are you looking for?
I'm basically looking for any I don't know. I'm trying to do investigatory stuff.
If you want to observe with the intent of determining what actually happened, that's a thing you can do.
Yeah, that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. You're gonna take the whole crime scene in. Do you have anything you want to fork for observation? I'm gonna make this gradated, so the more successes you get, the more information you get.
Okay. Can I get falsehood? Because listen, hear me out.
I will. No, this is the sacred right of Burning Will players. You can make a case, and then I'll just say no.
I could be looking to make sure that there's no planted evidence or anything. Or
Okay, I'll allow for that.
That's a pretty good case.
I'll
That
help
is
you
a good
again.
case. All right, that gives you 2 bonus dice.
Okay.
I mean, you're very good at planting evidence, so I figure you might be good at finding evidence that's been planted.
What's base?
Base ob is 1. The number of successes you get determines how much.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, as you're walking around, everything's been kerfuffled. Lots of people have been coming back here. There's hotcake crumbs all over the place. But probably the thing that tips you off most as to why they're going against Lady Kate Jackson is that there's a handful, 7 or 8 of her calling cards near where the body was. Most of them are covered in blood.
Okay. So
I'm gonna take one of the calling cards.
Okay. Yeah, it's covered in blood.
Is there one that's less covered?
Yeah,
in
sure.
blood?
Yeah, you get the one that's least covered in blood.
Yeah.
just making sure we get this down. Gotta have the one.
Let's send this blood to the lab.
That's not a thing. You're gonna have to call Mason for that one.
Yeah.
Laura Tall, just be like, "Hey, Laura Tall, I need to know whose blood this is." Oh, I will magic it up. Whoosh. Sorry, that's a reference to another game we play. The character who uses blood to do stuff.
Do you have anything else that you wanted to do, Brunhilde? Because
Yeah, I think Brunhilde looks up I think I guess you kneel in front of the pile of cards and pick one up. And I probably walk over and stand, and I'm roughly the same height as you kneeling. And I just go, I think we might need to talk to I keep forgetting her fucking name.
Anne? Kate Jackson?
Kate Jackson. No, is that it? Kate
Lady
Jackson?
Kate Jackson.
Kate Jackson. Kate Jackson, yes.
I agree. I'm curious as to where these cards are coming from. Now, I do believe I may have a contact. We could see if they may be forgeries.
Fine by me.
Yeah, in that case, I would like to circles up a good gentleman by the name of Liam Maldonado. And Liam is an expert in he's a handwriting specialist, and like he's like the forgery guy basically for us.
What skill is that specifically? Isn't that just observation?
Circles, I think.
No, I mean like what skill does he use to reverse it?
I was thinking, I think it's forgery is directly opposed as observation.
Okay, so he's like an observation expert.
And I'm assuming that he would have like forgery, like like the type of, just the type of person that.
I feel like this is +1 ob for him being like the expert at this. So if you're wondering, circles is a skill where rather than being like we look for someone, you can be like I actually already know someone based on my previous life experience. Here's to find out whether this person hates me or even wants to talk to me, or whether they're like cool buds with me and owe me a beer. So let's find out just how good your beer drinking skills are. This is difficulty 2 to find Liam Maldonado.
Okay. So I have relevant affiliations and reputations. I have a 2D affiliation with the court.
Yeah, he's a court officer, sure.
And then I have a reputation for 1 die of the singing lawyer.
Excellent.
3 dice. Ob 2. There we go.
Wow, that was close. Okay, Liam Maldonado. Where do you go to meet with him?
That's a good question. I think probably it's not like so much like a, I guess it is like a higher class bar, but it's like a wine bar, you know what
Excellent.
I mean? Like,
all right. He's got a flight of wine and cheeses in front of him when you get there. And when you arrive, he's like, the singing lawyer. And everybody in the bar is just like, the singing lawyer. Everyone here, everybody knows your name. And he's just like, Preston Billingsworth, what saucy tart do you find yourself with? This buxom lass that you have hired to follow you around this day. Are you perhaps smitten by her? I did not know you were so desperate for companionship.
I chuckle and I say, careful what you say there, Liam. This one, she'll as soon kick your teeth in as kiss you.
You've paid extra to have her dress as a guard today. Is that the sort of thing you're into, Preston? I thought you were into lawyers.
I just sort of shake.
All right, come out of Piet. Come out of Piet.
I'm trying to like hold back Brunhilde, and I'm just like.
I think Brunhilde's reaching. Like, oh, I'm so angry. Brunhilde's reaching for like her
cudgel.
What are you trying to do here?
Oh, I just want to like whack it in my hand and just like try to like be like, oh, I'll kick your ass. I'll kick your ass.
Are you trying to intimidate him?
Yes.
All right, let's assemble an intimidation roll. You can absolutely fork cudgel on this.
I'm gonna help with oratory.
This better be a really good oratory.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in front of a bar. This is my moment. Like, so she like pulls out her cudgel and starts like doing this, and I go, now, Liam, look here before all these people. Do you really want to have your head busted in by this pretty young lady? Because trust me, she can absolutely do it.
Is there anything else you want to fork Pian?
I
feel like maybe brawling would apply here for sure.
Brawling, yeah. Criminal, maybe.
He's not a criminal. He's a investigator. You could do guard wise.
Guard wise, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what, 5 extra dice, Sam. You're giving 2.
Is
All right. I mean, you're oratoring. You've now made it so that everyone's involved in this scene, calling attention and great shame to him if he gets intimidated.
It's my job.
This is against obstacle 3, and you have 5 helping die. Oh boy. All right. That's good enough. That's good enough. It's not that he instantly sobers up, but his eyes kind of go white and the pupils start shrinking, and he's like, "Oh my, I seem to have made a mistake." And he like takes a piece of cheese and dunks it in the wine and puts it in his mouth. I'll just leave this in here so I don't say anything else stupid. You're very intimidating, young woman.
Now that I've thoroughly
I
embarrassed
kick him in the shin.
Whoa! He basically doesn't even feel it. He's so drunk.
I sit down in front of him and I like do that thing where like I just like sort of like lounge back in the chair, like sort of like throw myself into the chair and I just like start eating some of the cheese.
Oh, just help yourself, of course, no problem.
And I've got like a little bit. Oh, it's excellent cheese.
Yes, this is a fromagerie after all.
I stand
Alright,
I
then.
stand behind him like arms crossed glaring like but my head just like you can just see my forehead past like his from where he's sitting like I'm just sitting there like like
Yeah. Maldonado is gonna be like, "My lady, can I offer you a stool or a seat at this table? Perhaps you'd like to sit down and enjoy some wine on me."
Oh no, we won't be here long, Liam. I have a favor to ask you.
I see, so you just show up here, drink my wine, eat my cheese, and insult me in front of all of my high-blooded friends, of which you are not one of them. And you're just going to...
Oh.
Listen, boy, I know where you come from.
Okay, so this is you see like Preston is perpetually smiling, right?
Yeah.
And like you see like the corner of his mouth just like twitch a little bit when he like says that, and he just goes, "Now look here, you pompous, wine-soddened, ill-equipped fool, dotting around the court, a laughing stock of his own bar. Now, I will have you."
He's patting you on the head, like, get it all out, boy.
I kick him in the shin.
Which one are you kicking? It's not clear to me. Who are you kicking? Are you kicking Liam Maldonado or are you kicking Sam's character?
Maldonado.
Oh, oh God. What was that?
Now, either you can take a look at this card and tell me whether it's a forgery, or I shall make sure that I exert all possible power I can to having you removed for incompetence and drunkenness.
That sounds like this is an intimidation, my friend.
Which I'm just awful at.
I know. It's great.
I would like to help.
You can help. You can help stats and skills, because I don't have the skills, so it's...
Yep. You can help with your intimidation. What are you doing to help? I mean, are you just kicking him again?
Yeah, just kicking him again.
You can't fork anything on this, Sam.
No.
This guy's base ob is 3, but that's double because you don't have intimidation.
I'm gonna spend my persona on this one.
Ooh, bold move by Sam. If he ends up getting stabbed, he could die later in the episode. Persona can be used to prevent you from taking a mortal wound.
Base ob 6.
Oh, you are so fucked, my friend. You wanna spend some fate and hope for 3 more 6s?
No.
I didn't think
I'm
so.
all set on that.
He pushes himself away from the table and stands up and says, "This is an outrage! You think you will crush me? That's like saying a gnat could trust a badger. Okay? I am the badger in this situation, just to be clear. Preston Billingsworth, I believe you're too low-blooded and uncultured to remain here. You can stay, but you cannot, Preston Billingsworth. Garçon, remove this man immediately."
I'm gonna try to start a bar fight.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I want to be clear here. Brunhilde is the head of the city guard. I mean, if you start a bar fight in front of her, you could be arrested technically.
I'm
Is there any way I can step into the scene?
Of course, I feel like this is the perfect time to
Yeah,
find them
okay.
all drinking.
So I finished my research on the body, and I went to the crime scene, expecting y'all to be there. And what's his name? Eden's, right? Eden's. Let
Eden's,
me
yeah.
let me know where y'all went. And so I opened the door into the scene, and I'm just like, Preston, what on God's green earth are you doing right now? We need his help, and you are alienating him away from us. Excuse me, good sir. I am appalled at my associates' actions towards you. I am Lady Anne.
Lady
And
Anne, I've heard of you. You're
yes,
that forensic scientist.
agreed. Yes, that is me. We're currently working on this case. I believe my associate, Preston, I give him a look of like, unfortunately, associate.
How do you work with Preston? He's always putting his personal gain in front of everything else. He's a man who just loves money because he doesn't have any.
Well, good sir, that is where I come in. I assure you that it is my utmost uh my utmost goal to see that morality and justice is brought unto this world. And that's why I'm here. As my associates start to explain, we are currently investigating. I'm sure you heard of it. The investigation revolving around Lady Kate Jackson. Now, we have
Of course, I know her well.
and of course, we know, obviously, hence why we are here, of your extraordinary skill when it comes to the matter of forgery. You are the utmost person, a knowledge on this topic, and that's why we are here. And I do apologize for interrupting your pleasures of drinking wine and cheese. For work
Fromagerie.
from Marjorie, yes, a very lovely type of place for cheese indeed. Um, but back to the matter at hand, we were curious about these cards that we found at the scene of the crime, whether they might have been planted evidence, and just whether or not they were actually Lady Kate Jackson's calling cards. And I was
There, listen, I understand what it is you want. You have a lot of words, and I am very drunk. Make a persuasion for sure. God, I love the idea that you see a bar fight happening, you just push him aside. You just push Preston aside, and you're like, words! And this guy's just like, I'm so drunk, I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
Have persuasion?
I
Oh,
have rhetoric, and I
boy.
have two persuasion. I have two persuasion. I have rhetoric.
All right.
Um,
I think rhetoric might be forkable here.
and
What specifically does rhetoric apply to?
rhetoric is just how
I mean, this
words,
game has
how
the
you
medieval
word.
definitions. Conveyance of thoughts, ideas, and concepts in the interest of winning. I mean, yes, that will
How
apply
you
here.
put together, yeah, how you put together.
Yep.
Etiquette obviously would come into play because he is a highborn.
You've been treating him very politely.
Of course, as I was brought up to know. Preston would not know that though, of course, because of his upbringing. But
You could
anyway,
also fork bureaucracy here.
bureaucracy. Oh, because of yeah.
I mean, he's literally a bureaucrat.
Okay.
And I feel like you could also fork right.
Fork what?
Right. Literally writing.
Writing. Yeah. But I can only choose 3. Is that right?
No, you can take as many as you need.
Okay. So, well, clearly, I'm not quite sure. What is the obstacle? Or I will do.
Let's see here. The obstacle is going to be 3.
Okay. Well, I might as well just take all of them, just to see. And so
4.
right. So I go to, and I'll be doing,
Persuasion. Yep.
Persuasion. Okay. And then
Any chance your allies might want to aid you in this?
I would.
Although
I'm
it's-
not asking for
Really?
aid.
No?
No
Okay.
aid.
All right. No aid.
I feel like enough has been done in the situation.
Gonna forklift this party on your back by yourself. You got
Yes.
this.
I have 4 modifiers. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. 4 submit, and the obstacle was, you said
3.
3. Okay.
Good luck. Oh
3
my
and
god.
3.
He's just like, very well. I will take this card from your hands. And he like misses it a couple times.
It's like, here you are, sir.
Perhaps I should look at this when I am slightly less drunk.
Actually, might I suggest that I hold on to the card, because clearly you are amidst the at the height of your revelries, and I would rather not that this piece of evidence be misplaced. So just for helping, and not to obviously insult you at all, but to help you, not to worry about it, why don't I hold on to it and bring it by to you
Return
at a
to
better
my
time.
shop this evening, and I shall be prepared.
Thank you so much for your graciousness. And
Garçon, coffee! I must be not drunk.
I do a slight curtsy. No, say it.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
like
for
put an arm around Anne, and I'm like,
I like, as I'm imagining, like we're like, like walking away. I'm just like looked at Anne. I'm just like, I don't know why you thought you had to intervene. I had that completely under control.
I just give him like a stone cold glare. I'm just like, are you really trying to figure out this investigation, or you are just literally here for your own pompous self to push to try to make yourself feel better about your low-bornness?
My God.
Well, my word.
I will not let personal gain get in the way of us finding out who the true culprit is.
I have never been so insulted in my life, lady.
Well,
I am
neither have
truly
I.
injured.
Do you save your flowery words for Claudia, because they will have no effect upon me.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna like storm off in a huff. Yeah, I very like, yeah, exactly like that. Just sort of storms off in a huff.
For some reason, I went from Chris Pratt to C-3PO as the person playing you.
Oh man.
I think,
Well, I
after
never.
after he storms off, Brunhilde just like rolls her eyes and just like kind of sighs a little bit and goes, "As if you're any better," and then like walks a little faster, and walks ahead. And just
All right, what's the next scene? I believe Preston wanted to go back to talk to Lady Kate Jackson.
I think that was.
Or was it Brunhilde that wanted to go back?
Was it
You
Anne?
guys tell me what you want to do next.
I think it was both of us who were like.
So I think the first thing is we share information, because I think it's clear that like
all
we
of you
figured out
just stormed off in a huff from each
Oh
other.
right, true.
Wait, I thought Preston stormed off. Did Brunhilde?
Yeah, but Brunhilde threw some shade at you and then stormed ahead of you.
Oh, well, I missed that part. Dang.
She said, like, you're any better, and then walked ahead of you.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well, I mean, so I guess the question would be, do we reunite, or do we do individual investigation then, or is that a...
I think like we probably like I don't think Preston's actually like so angry as just like
He's just like waiting. He's just like waiting by like the entrance of the like let's go, let's move on.
Yeah, exactly. Like he just needed to storm off to make a point of storming off.
I'm done pouting. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think I would mention what was the proper pronunciation? It's talk.
Estok.
Oh, okay. A tuck.
Tuck.
Yeah, so I tell her about it because it's a puncture weapon. So I'm thinking that she would put something together there.
Right. Okay. So it was called what? I wrote down S-Doc, but someone said tuck.
Yeah, apparently you can pronounce it either way.
Okay.
I just put the spelling in the chat.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. So, upon inspection of the body, I saw the weapon that you were talking about, Preston. Looks to clearly have been used on it. If you, there was a puncture wound to the foot, as well as scratch marks on his body, that could have occurred during a skerfuffle, um, uh, with the ending action being the puncturing of the foot. Um, and I think that maybe we should maybe figure out a little bit more information on the actual weapon that was used. I don't know if anyone's an arms expert in the group.
I make sure to make a point of telling Anne about the large amount of blood that there was.
Okay.
To like, so like if there's any like because there was no wounds on him that like large amounts of blood would have come from, right? So where did all that blood come from?
I see. Yes.
Punctured foot, maybe?
No,
like,
there's
all
no,
that blood. He like made a point of being like, there's.
That's
a
true.
lot of
That's a
blood.
good point.
There's no blood pressure really in the foot. So when it would have to be like up in here, like the aortic artery up in here to do something that much, or just like a completely amputated arm or leg. But you all saw nothing of that. And the young boy was, as I said, mostly intact. So the question then is, do we have another victim, or do we have someone who's wandering the streets or holed up somewhere who's quite gravely injured?
I believe our next person of interest may be the brother. He is the lady's alibi. Perhaps he is the piece we're missing.
I agree with that. I think we should go and check and see. I think we should hold off on disclosing the alibi that Lady Kate gave us, just to make sure that both of their statements align, so as not to tip him off to what she may have said.
Are you going inside the Jackson residence?
So is that where, I guess?
I mean, yeah, I think that's the only thing I can think of to do.
Who are you calling upon? Kate Jackson or Samuel Jackson?
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel L.
All right. His middle name's not L. That would be way too on the point. But I was briefly considering giving him a dank eye patch. Yeah. Samuel will accept your call. He is out back practicing some fencing techniques with a partner.
I would like to, as I'm like approaching, I just like start clapping as like he like makes like a thrust or whatever, and I say, "Good show, my lord. Excellent thrust."
He immediately stabs the sword down into the ground and walks away in frustration, just like, "Why would you do that? Why would you interrupt my concentration? This is ridiculous. Who are you? You're Billy's from before."
Biddlingsworth, my lord.
Biddleys, got it.
I'm sorry for interrupting you.
You're gonna push ahead of him again?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I'm sorry for interrupting you, but we need to make sure we wanted to see, like, we wanted to ask you some questions as well. So if you are willing to, if you could grace us with.
Right. What was your name again?
Brunhilde.
Brunhilde.
And she just like smiles, like.
Yes. He gestures to his training partner and is like, "Go away. I have questions to answer." They probably have like lawn furniture out here that he lounges on. He doesn't sit, he lounges. He puts a hand out and someone delivers a goblet of wine into it. And he's like, "Please make yourselves comfortable. My sister is totally innocent, I assure you."
I take a seat on his right side.
I lounge and pour myself a glass of wine.
I take a seat pretty much across, like no, probably like
Wow,
as
you're really
to the
angling the
side.
seat. You're like, not just there. We got a 35 degrees off, just so we're still in the
Let me
vision, but
live
not
my life,
directly in
baby. I'll
front.
fight you. I'll kick you in your shins.
Oh, you need to be in shin kicking distance. Got it.
I'll kick you in your shins.
Well, that's the only thing you can reach, so...
That's the
Oh,
point.
shit, yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's the joke. That's the entire joke.
I'm gonna chip some mothers up in
He's
here.
so short.
Just watch out.
Because every time I'm gonna punch you, they're like, you can't reach my face, and I'm like, screw you. So I've just gone to, I'll kick you in your shins. But I'm gonna sit like not next to him, but like, cause we're probably in like a circle type thing. I'm gonna sit as like close like next to him as I can without looking weird.
I have a question for you, Brunhilde.
Yes.
What does your guard uniform look like? Do you have like a uniform that you wear? Do you just wear civilian clothes? What's up?
I definitely have a uniform. 100%. Everybody needs to know my status. 100% of the time.
What's it look like? Describe this thing to me.
Fuck.
She's like, I don't know what police uniforms look like in the 1400s.
I don't.
Chainmail.
It's a jacket. I got a jacket.
All right, so here's the deal. When you're sitting next to this guy, he does a thing I did as a teenager. He's just spending the whole time trying to look down into your shirt. While talking to all of you, he's just like, yes, do you need something? He's got his eye on-
I turned to him. I'm like, yes, Lord Jackson, we do. But if you would please turn your attention this way.
Yep.
If you don't mind, I would like your undivided attention because this is a very important matter. It
Mhm.
does concern your sister's guilt.
Oh, she's very innocent, I assure you.
Oh, that's what we're trying to assure, of course.
Does your investigation require any additional funds to ensure her innocence?
Why,
No,
yes,
Yes, it
it
does.
in fact-
I think me and Preston speak at the exact same time. Like exactly at the same time. Why? Yes, it does.
No. We do not need to take any funds from anyone.
I like, put a
that takes-
hand over her mouth, and I was like, as you were saying.
I grab the arm, like I pull it down. This could. You know,
I
this,
like push my I push her head like to the side.
Oh my
Sounds like
God.
we're getting to test territory.
We
sure.
are. Let me ask. Lexi, is Anne okay with this happening, like being pushed away, or are you trying to oppose it?
really pissed off. Actually,
All right.
because
Fight
this,
I
don't wanna
feel like
fight
this
you.
is a power versus power roll.
Oh no.
And you're actually strong. Oh no, actually, Brunhilde's strong as shit.
Of course,
I was looking at Preston. Preston's a little weak, dude.
Yeah, Preston's super weak.
So power is a stat. It's all the way at the top of the page.
Power is a stat. I don't.
Yep, you're just rolling against obstacle 1, and whoever gets higher wins. But before we roll, I want to know what's the outcome here. If each of you win, what do you get? It sounds like, Pian, you're trying to silence Anne for a little while and be like, shh, let him pay us. Let him give us money.
Yeah, like shut your face up so we can get some extra money.
And if you manage to like keep her from silencing you, what's your plan here?
I would like to be able to say my piece and decline the money and say why.
Excellent. Let's roll. Sam's just like, this is bad for me. I totally want to win.
Honestly, this is bad for me no matter what happens here.
Can he help me?
No, I don't.
He doesn't want to physically get involved. That's what
Yeah,
he would have to stand up and get into this combat.
which is
So-
very not what
You're
Preston
just rolling
wants.
That's true,
your
that's true.
power against obstacle 1.
Okay, let me see this.
The most successes will win, and Anne is the defender here.
Okay, power.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's not good for you. That's a very solid roll.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
shit! Yeah. I mean, you're gonna win because you have
You're
3,
the defender.
and you're the defender. Small little Brunhilde is trying to put a hand in her face and get her to silence, and the noble lord here is just watching all of this. You each sat on different sides of him, so Brunhilde literally has to be like leaning over him. He's just watching this all with intense amusement.
I'm literally just standing there like, is this really
He
happening?
looks at you for a moment, and he's like, "This happens all the time for me."
Wait, because wait 1 second.
Wait.
Can I do the thing?
What do you want to do?
Because we like tied basically, like, and she won because she was a defender, right?
Mhm,
But
mhm.
does
But-
she falter in
Does she-
saying her
No, she
No,
won.
strictly speaking, she wins.
Yeah, she
Oh,
wins. She
damn
gets
it.
everything she wants out of it.
Damn it.
And after delivering his one-liner to Preston, he turns his full attention on you.
Oh, it's me.
Yep.
I would say,
You sure you don't require any additional funds?
you say that in quite a peculiar fashion.
Yes.
First of all, but would you not be worried that upon investigation by the court and seeing that funds were given to us, that might not actually worsen your sister's?
There's no need for the court to find out about this. This is a favor between friends. I'm helping bolster the case.
Well, you see, friend, I think we will be fine. Thank you very much. This seems quite shady to me, and morally wrong.
Oh, he's just like, no. This is an entirely I would never want you to believe that anything was wrong.
Sir, I do believe that we came here with questions to ask you. May we please get
Perhaps we need a moment between our
Do you need a moment to compose yourself? Should I go take a shower?
Yes, you do quite stink, don't you?
My God. Wow, he instantly deflates. He was like, yes, these women are fighting over me. And now he's like, beep, 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 beep. He like slams his hand on the back of the thing he's lounging on and gets up and storms away. He's salted AF.
I just look at Anne and I'm just like, well, that could have gone better.
Oh, well, I think it could have gone better all around. Yes, indeed. Our main objective has now been eschewed, thanks to you two money-grabbing fools.
I think Brunhilde just like looks at Preston and just like mouths like
I was simply trying to be polite. I didn't even want the money. I just didn't want to have him go off in a huff because of our rudeness.
oh, I want to catch that lie. I want to catch that lie. I want to catch that lie.
I don't want to roll. You can know it's you both know it's horseshit.
Yeah, I like get up in his face and I'm like, you know that you wanted that money as much as I did.
What I really hate, Lexi, is that your stream paused with a picture of me like, super bad. Super bad.
Did it go down? Did it go down?
It looks like it's down for me.
I can look.
All right, I'm restarting it, so it should be good. OBS has been having issues. I swear.
Yeah, the newest
Don't
update.
don't
Yeah.
update it. Do not.
When I go to your channel, it's doing that thing that says you're live, but oh, there it goes. I think it's
Anyway,
coming back.
it's coming back.
There you
Yeah.
go.
This is great. I just everything about this scene. Anne is just like, I'm not going to take a bribe, and he's like, you sure you don't want a bribe?
No, now go wash yourself, you stinky ape.
All right, so you guys have a couple of minutes until he returns.
I think I like okay, I think I go up to Anne, cross my arms, and I'm just like, listen here, you goody two shoes. I don't know a word to use as an insult. Floozy, I don't know.
Are you about to knock her down a peg?
Yes.
This is what it sounds like.
I just like start off with, listen here, you you goody two shoes floozy. I'm tired of you always getting in the way of getting where we need to go.
Getting where we need to go. Excuse me. How does accepting a bribe get us where we need to go? What we need to go is ask this guy questions so we can start doing more important work than filling your empty coffers with gold. Now, I do not understand how someone as an investigator such as yourself could be so corrupt as to drop, to drop so low as to accepting a bribe during an investigation over a murdered young boy.
Throughout like this whole thing, Preston is just like getting more and more like, really? And he just goes, really? You've never met an investigator who would take a bribe? Really?
So you're saying you would take a bribe as well?
I'm saying I think you are an incredibly naive young lady if you believe that this court runs on anything but bribery. Now,
well, that is to say, for now, but it is my, my goal to purge the system of such atrocities, take advantage of others. I am sorry that you were lowborn and you are trying your hardest to achieve a highborn status. And I do wish you all the best. But do we not need then
At least he has a goal that's actually, he's gonna make it too.
Well, you see, I'm not sure as short-sighted as to seek worldly pleasures in this realm and then forsake the pleasures of the afterlife. I thank you.
my good lady, your constant insults to my bearing aside, I do believe that we need to go through this case without insulting the people who we do need to question. Now, if you don't
Right.
agree,
Like the forgery guy.
Damn, son. Fucking wrecked.
So far, I'm the only one here who hasn't well, no, it's not true.
So I'm curious. I really feel like, Pian, you're trying to tell an ugly truth because you're just like, I want to get paid. I want to get paid. So the question is, are you trying to inform Anne that this is how the world works, or are you trying to be like, I'm gonna get paid, like one way or another, lady?
I'm gonna get paid.
Are you intimidating
one way or
her?
Another. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, unless Lexi wants to do some sort of active defense, this is against her will, which is 4, which is going to be pretty hard because your intimidation's good but not great.
Well, obviously, it sounds like, the against my will thing is better.
Yes, it's very,
it's
very
almost always better.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dice.
Well, I do want to say before all this, I do understand how the world works, but that doesn't mean that the status quo should be upheld when it is immoral. So do not think of me as such a naive young lady, but more as a crusader against immorality.
All right. So this intimidation, I definitely feel like intimidation plus graft-wise and bribe-wise, this is totally exactly what you were talking about. Do you have any other skills that you feel?
Maybe okay. Criminal
Criminal-wise? How does that apply to the situation? Because she's not a criminal.
You're the one doing the criminal activity.
That's true.
Yes, but that's a
guard-wise would apply.
What is
guard-wise,
like criminal? What like does can because here's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to because she's like, oh, you're so corrupt, but she's like this goody two shoes who has never like really like been like down and dirty in like the
oh, you don't know my number there. Sorry.
It's all up in dead bodies every day,
I was
man.
being lewd.
But
On the low end of the street.
I feel
don't
like
think
guard-wise
criminal-wise-
rather than criminal-wise. Because if you're like, this is how the guard works, we need to get paid. That's
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Get
Yep.
that paper.
So that's 3 bonus.
Oh, and
die.
can I add? Okay, can I also? Okay, can
This
I
is
also?
the sacred right of Burning Will players. Yeah, go ahead.
Falsehood, because I want to be like, you'll never achieve your dreams this
Oh
way.
yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
If you, I mean, by saying that, that means your character implicitly knows that she will get everything that she deserves and wants. If you're forking falsehood to say that this is all a lie, that means that you're like, oh my god, Anne is so perfect. She's gonna get everything.
No, like I meant more like you'll never get anywhere. Like
Right, but when you're forking falsehood, that means it has to
You're
be a
lying.
lie.
Oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't.
Or if you were like talking about lies, you could maybe make it.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna be a hard one to justify.
yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like you get at least 3 extra dice. I don't know if you want to turn to Preston for help. Seems like maybe he might be in your camp, possibly. Nope, Preston's just telling you to fuck off.
Wow.
This might be the time to use your persona because you have a belief on the line here. This is literally you speaking truth to Anne and bringing her down a peg.
Okay. Yes.
So the first thing will be how many dice you add. The second one will be your Artha modifier. You want to put 1 in the Artha modifier spot.
Okay.
Your
And then-
obstacle is 4.
Okay.
My God. Yeah, Anne.
Wow.
Brunhilde is short, but she is super scary. Like she's like, this is how the world works. And
Well, can I use my instinct of always suspecting Brunhilde of lying?
yeah. Like she's like, this is how the world works. And it's probably like a Gandalf talking to Bilbo thing where she like grows larger and taller as the conversation goes on because she's so scary. Yeah, but yeah, your instinct is to assume that she's lying.
So I can call her out. So it's like, how can I take anything you say seriously when an investigator who is supposed to be opposing and upholding the law of the land is accepting a bribe? I definitely suspect you of lying on this behalf, on this point.
But I'm not
I'm gonna
lying.
challenge you.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that you don't have to be.
You don't have to be.
Oh, okay. But
She just suspects that you're lying. But I do have to say here, Anne is still a little scared of her. That is part of the role.
I think at this point is when Preston steps in and says, ladies, perhaps we must keep our eyes on the prize here. And I must say, Anne, I'm actually quite taken with your argument. I do agree. We can't merely let the status quo exist. Things like where you were born, where you come from, these things don't matter. What matters is who we are as an individual and the performance that each of us make and our role.
I agree. So I agree with that point. I will say that I was not taken with you at first, and that's why I made so many stabs at an obvious thing that hurts you. And I do apologize for that. But thank you for seeing my side. So you agree that we should not accept the bribe then, and stop the status quo?
Preston,
Question mark. Raised eyebrow.
Preston.
There's
a belief on the line for this for both of you.
Yes, I'm going to fall back on my trait rhetorical and say, do you think I don't agree with you that we should be accepting bribes for this case?
Yes, actually I do, based upon what you just said. So yes. Using my instinct all the time to come back.
Wow, instinct wars. And I think while that's happening,
I want to
oh boy,
stand near the doorway of where he's gonna come back through.
That's good because he wants to talk to you immediately. He comes out with just a bathing towel around his waist and nothing else on, dude is ripped. Like, he's a champion duelist. He spends all day practicing it, and sees you there, Brunhilde, and is like, "What's up? Can we talk privately for a second, my lady?"
I like look back. I like look back at them, like arguing, and I'm like, why? Yes, I think that would be an excellent idea.
I think as she like exits, we hear like
Close.
Anne is like keeps like just like going at like, you have to tell me, are you lying or not? And I just keep like saying like random rhetorical questions. Like,
Are you sure?
would I accept a bribe? I think you would. But would that, just like rhetorical question after rhetorical question.
We come into, it's like a gymnasium, not
Wait.
like your modern idea. Oh, sorry. Do you have something?
I just had a question. I mean, obviously, with Preston's observation, obviously I don't have that. But do we like hear the door close behind them?
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
you see him show up and ask Brunhilde to join him privately.
Okay.
This is the gymnasium in like the Titanic sense on the ship. They had, like a professional workout room. And he just starts going through like crunches real quick in front of you, doing some squats, anything to maximize his physique.
Weird thing to do after a shower.
I know, it's super weird. And he's just like, I had my people look into you, Brunhilde. I understand that you're a very agreeable young woman.
I think I'm like leaning against like the wall, just kind of like shoulder leaning, and just like watching. And I have been known to be fairly agreeable.
You're very powerful in the city, and I could use an ally like that around now.
What do you have to offer in return?
When you say that, he just kind of like shows off the bod. I'm suggesting an alliance. My people tell me you're young and unavailable. Or young and available. Shit. Fuck that up. Looking to move up the social circles. I'll be attending several balls this spring.
Hold on, I have.
You have a belief on this. I know.
And aren't I in a relationship with somebody right now?
You are in a secret relationship with a person you hate.
With a person I hate. Okay.
Your boyfriend, your boyfriend was a judge that you work with to secretly screw people over. You were like, "Yep, this person's guilty. Look at all this evidence I have here." And they were like, "Good. They forfeit all of their earnings, and they now belong to me, the judge." But your boyfriend was recently promoted and hasn't been spending a lot of time with you.
Oh fuck it!
I love Chat's thing here. He's like, "This towel, this is what I always wear around the house." Excuse me while I do some casual one-arm push-ups. Yes, Sam. That's exactly what's happening.
I think Brunhilde just like raises an eyebrow and smirks and just kind of nods and goes, I think this could be a good arrangement.
That's when things get really serious. He stops for a moment and goes over to where his fencing swords are. And there's very obviously that sword he was wearing on his belt earlier it's got like, it's off the hilt. It's on like a wooden peg for display. It's very obviously in his stock, the one that he wears. And he's like, Gerald, come here. And his butler like brings out a giant pile of like gold bricks. The butler's like having trouble. I would like to pass these on to you to help with your investigation. I would hate for any shame to fall upon my house, especially with our new alliance together. So he's offering you 3 cash dice. This is a lot of money. This is more than you make in like a year.
But he's offering it to Brunhilde.
He's offering it to Brunhilde.
How many cash dice was it?
3.
That's more than she would make in like that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of
yes.
money.
It's a lot of money. It's the amount of money a lord would make in a year, basically.
I see.
He's seriously bribing you right now. Like, be my girlfriend, and also here's a giant pile of money. Don't take me to jail.
With my obvious murder weapon hanging on the
Yeah, exactly.
Like he is exercising. Do I see any like wounds on his body?
No, he doesn't have any wounds.
Okay. It was just a curiosity thing. Because it doesn't really matter because y'all aren't finding out about that stock or whatever.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, no. Preston, we'll talk. We'll talk.
Preston's in the room, currently, right? Yeah. But Preston is in the room. We're still
No, none of you are in the room.
right.
That was like an
Brunhilde.
out of
Me-
character.
me-
That was an out of character.
Yep.
Me and you, Anne, are in
In a debate.
we're like arguing
We're outside
somewhere
still.
else.
Yeah, we're outside still.
I nod, and I don't really know how I accept the money because
I'll have it
gold
delivered
bricks.
to your place of residence. And perhaps I'll call on you later tonight.
Oh damn.
Oh snap!
Brunhilde just smiles and goes, "Of course, of course."
Nailed it. I mean, that's another one of your beliefs down. Make your way to the top. I guess also ensure that you get paid. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Just
Brunhilde's
not
crushing
boom,
it.
boom, boom. Do we want to cut back to where Brunhilde rejoins the party in the garden lawn?
Yeah.
Can we hear anything going on in the gym at all?
No. But when he guides her back out to the lawn, he's still in the towel, but he's sweaty now. And I guess maybe I don't want to put anything on Brunhilde, but maybe you're smiling from all of that gold that you just got.
Probably. She's probably just got the biggest smile on her face, like cheek to cheek.
How long were they gone?
Like 5-6 minutes.
Okay.
Could have been that good.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what you say to each other?
Yeah, no, I think we just like exchange a meaningful look. When she gets back, we're just like
Significant player glance. Jeez.
oh man.
To me? I owe you a keyboard on this? Nah, that's on you for drinking drains. Oh man. So we obviously have no idea exactly what went down.
No, you have no idea.
Yeah, Brunhilde's just smiling, like.
Oh, I'm definitely assuming that you guys banged. Like, just throwing that out there.
Right, but on the back of my mind, I'm like, because I assume that Samuel will not bring back up bribing again, right?
Samuel does not bring up bribery again. He's just like, I assume you have more questions.
So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, he was very adamant about bribing. He knew Brunhilde had, wanted the bribe, and not to mention he is of higher status. He has clearly done research and he has connections to find out stuff on us. So, obviously, Brunhilde has a reputation. I've seen it for myself firsthand. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay,
let's check her traits real quick. I don't know that she has a reputation for. Oh no, she has a reputation of being a thug. Yep,
right.
and predatory. Yep.
So with that in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so they could have either been doing something,
Sexy.
scandalous, right? Or or they could be doing both.
Is it 50 Shades of Grey or Twilight?
Or Twilight? Oh gosh. Um. So okay, all right. I just wanted to make that statement. I guess
A
just
second
out
secret
there.
boyfriend she also hates. Wow, Chad is on fire tonight.
You read half the chat as usual. Yeah. But yes, we did have some questions for you. We were curious as to on the evening of the murder, what were you doing um, at night? While it was, from the time of insert the time that the murder occurred or whatever.
Oh, I was out jogging.
Out jogging all night?
Well, I stopped in to see my sister every time I made a lap.
And how far would you say a lap is? How long does it take you to take a lap?
It varies.
It varies. You seem like a very in shape gentleman.
Oh, yeah, he like when you say that he rubs his stomach, it's like I'm glad you noticed.
Yes.
He's like,
you've
oh
got-
yeah. You can see over there that
You see right here. It's like yes. You make it quite a. You put on quite a show. That's for sure. So I find it hard to believe that someone in such peak performance, you have a trainer and everything, that you don't quite know how long one of your laps are.
Well, remember that this is an era before clocks, so.
how far would you say you run?
But they used the sun.
Oh,
The sun god.
a distance, sometimes a mile or more.
A mile or more. Is that a lap or?
That is a lap, yes.
Okay. And how far does the sun move in the sky each lap?
It takes me 6-7 minutes to make most of my laps.
That's quite
Great.
a fast mile.
Yes.
Very impressive. You're very, you have quite
I
physical.
mean,
prowess.
every time you compliment this guy, he's like, yes.
Well, I'm sure there's quite a very spectacular training equipment in your gymnasium. Is that right?
Yes, there is.
For training?
Hmm.
Is there
Great.
something I would like to stop by and see.
Oh, I'm afraid it's currently being renovated.
Oh, is that why you just went in there with Brunhilde?
Yes, the butler, he's like, I better lie about this. The butler needs to clean up after my last training session.
Then why was Brunhilde? Are you calling Brunhilde your butler? Glances at her.
I mean, he's saying that the butler, he's implying that they just made out and that it needs to be cleaned up. That's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Now I
he's
get
like, someone must clean up on my personal training session with Brunhilde.
I see. Well, she seems, I hear training sessions are quite intense. I see there has not been very much. Doesn't seem very disheveled.
She's a young woman with incredible cardio abilities. I've heard
Right.
that she's very commanding in the guard.
I see, but obviously with
I'm curious
Well,
why you're
there's-
so interested in my workout routines. Perhaps we should talk about how you are going to get my sister off of this crime.
right. Well, we're trying to determine the actual culprit, and so these questions are
The
actually
culprit
relevant.
does not
I
matter.
assure you, there was nothing in there of interest besides.
I'm
him.
sure you do, Brunhilde. I'm sure you
You're
do.
assuming she's lying.
my lord, if I may, I've always been quite curious. I've heard it said that the best blade masters are never without their swords. Do you run with your blade? That must be quite a weight on your hip.
I do indeed run with my blade. The blade, but that saying is ridiculous. You don't see me wearing my blade right now, of course.
Well, of course, you're in a towel.
Indeed.
How would you hold it up?
He just raises his eyebrow at you.
And on that particular jog, nothing of note. Simply
Why are we
jogging as normal?
concentrating on my particular jog? We should be talking about how you are going to help my sister's
Is
case.
there
Well,
is
maybe-
there anyone who would have wanted to frame your sister or anything?
Yes, of course. There are many who are going against my family.
Could you
I
give us the
can
name of-
provide a suitable list of enemies for you if you're looking for someone to investigate.
Right, but why would they pin the murder of a young peasant boy? Why would I guess the okay,
I
I guess
guess he just
the
is like, who
pawn.
cares about peasants anyway? Not me.
I see. So clearly, you have no remorse over using such people as pawns, if that is your feeling.
He's just like, you said it, not me.
Well, that's as much of an agreement to that statement
I
as I
don't.
will probably
He's.
get.
I think he probably misinterprets it a little bit. He's just like, I don't play chess. I'm more of a dueling champion.
I see. And what is your preferred weapon?
The fencing saber.
The fencing saber. Is that the one that you carry around with you everywhere?
Yes.
May we see it?
Didn't he already show it to me?
He only
No.
showed you the hilt of the weapon.
Ah,
Just
Oh
because
man,
I
how
do.
can he play this off? Oh, he's probably like, if you'd prefer to come back later privately, I can show you my weapon anytime. It's a little inappropriate now, don't you think?
No, I don't think so. But I will take you up on that offer, and I will come by later. For
So
further
he's gonna
investigation.
give a significant glance to Brunhilde, like, this woman is a problem.
And I think Brunhilde just like nods, like gives a small nod,
All right.
like
He gives a small glance toward Preston, like, can he be trusted?
wild card, baby.
I think. Hold on, my count. I think she like gives a look of like we'll find out.
Is
Like
that Gus? Is that Gus?
it's Gus.
Let's bring Gus on the stream. Oh my
Oh,
God, it's a
oh,
cat.
Oh
Honey,
my
come
God,
here.
yeah.
My
Honey,
goodness.
come here. Come here.
Cat chasing, I know it well. Oh my God, it's
Aw,
Gus.
Scary cat.
It's Gus. Hi,
Gus.
honey.
Look at his eyes. He's so freaking out right now. He's like,
Aw, so cute though.
Honey, just like lay down. Let me love you.
you can Preston be trusted?
I think she gives him a look of like we'll find out. Like I'll find out. Oh look at the little bugger.
Aw. Aw, so adorable.
So, he's going to say, perhaps Brunhilde can show you my collection of fencing swords.
Why would
Br-
she know your fencing swords?
I had her. We looked over my collection when we were in the gymnasium.
Oh, really? So she knows them so well after such a brief time spent with them.
I showed her which one I practice with most heavily. Yes.
I see. So within 5 to 6 minutes, she is now an expert on your main weapon.
Wow,
Really?
you're really just walking into this one. He's just smiling the whole time. Yes.
Oh, you're thinking lewd thoughts.
Yes. He's listen. This guy.
I'm trying to be serious here.
Yeah. He's not though. He's not. But mostly because he's planning to kill you. Or have you killed technically?
I see. I mean, can I notice the looks between?
Yeah. I feel like you can make an
Obviously-
observation check for sure.
Obviously,
notice
I'd have to. I mean, like, I'm
significant
obviously
glances.
studying this guy quite intensely, and I have an idea of, you know.
I feel like this is an obstacle 3, and I'm gonna give you an advantage die here because you're already super suspicious of all the people involved. Is there anything you want to fork into this?
So it's what role again? I'm bringing.
Observation. I don't even know if you have it.
I don't think I do. Would
No.
would Preston help me with this? Question mark.
Yeah, absolutely.
Preston, are you gonna observe on her behalf then?
Yeah, I'm super suspicious of this dude. I have. So am I making the roll then? Because
Yeah.
she doesn't. Yeah. Okay.
I guess she's looking at you like, what's going on here? Like, I don't know.
Did you
I
see
mean,
some
like
shit too? Because I saw some shit.
I've been like purposely like not talking and like letting them talk and
Yep.
just like watching him while they're talking. So yeah, what's the looking at
3,
here.
and you're gonna have an advantage die from help.
For me.
All right. So I would like to fork in trial wise.
Oh, for observing this guy secretly communicating.
All right, fine. Noble wise.
Yes, absolutely.
That's good.
Okay.
I can only contribute 1 die, or
I mean, so you don't have observation. Do you have
Mhm.
another skill like observation? Do you have something you could fork?
research. I mean, I think anatomy to look at like
I think
his
research.
body.
Yeah, I think you could fork research in for another helping die.
Okay. Even
So you can only give 1 helping die.
okay.
But
It
you're
doesn't
also giving her advantage die from being super suspicious and watching him like a hawk.
okay.
So the only other thing I can think of is, can I use court gossip wise? Like, is there something like relevant that like,
Oh yeah,
kicks in my mind?
yeah,
about this guy?
probably. Yeah, this isn't the first time he's done something like this, so
Cool. All right. Let's
keep an
roll it
eye
up.
on him.
Ooh, is there a 6? Oh,
Wah, wah, wah.
so close.
Yeah. This looks like, he's given weird bedroom eyes to Brunhilde, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
There's nothing overtly suspicious about this situation.
Preston, I'm still suspicious though because he's making the observation. Or
Actually, you're tied. Since you helped him, you're tied to his success or failure.
Okay.
So here's the question though. The role was about the relationship between Brunhilde and this guy. So we can still be suspicious of him for the
Okay.
crime, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm
Yeah,
clear on
there's
the
nothing
stakes.
there's nothing weird going on between the two of them. It's just, casual flirtatious relationship. Man, this cat is
Sure.
super chill. My cat will sit down for 5 seconds.
I think
sometimes, but
Gus, you're the greatest cat.
I think I like just sort of like give Anne like a look and like a nod, like it checks out. But I'm like still like thinking, and I think once we're like getting away, I want to sort of like pick my memory and make a court gossip wise check and see if I can think of there's something's not right about this guy.
Are you-
Something's not
I
right.
even would want to like take Preston aside because I kind of see Brunhilde as a non-ally
Oh boy. Oh
at
boy.
this point. Because
Okay.
well, just obviously if we suspect him of a crime
Murder
and
most foul.
and she's been experiencing his main hand weapon, obviously
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
he's gonna be
to
biased.
Meow Gamer Chick After Dark, sexy
After Dark.
Dungeons and Dragons talk.
We get super duper lewd in here. All right, no. only talking and nothing. Anyway, so I mean, I want to talk to you, Preston, pull him aside after this meeting, to try to see like pick his mind.
So yeah, the two of you step away, and he is going to remain in front of Brunhilde, switching through model poses in his towel.
Brunhilde just like watches like and like no, what did you say to Preston?
Oh, I was hoping that Preston might speak with me.
No, what did
Oh, Anne, you two are stepping away?
One second. Sorry, chat was. No, I'll let Sam go.
I was thinking that she would sort of pull me aside as we were like leaving.
Yeah, I don't want to make it seem obvious that
Okay.
I want to talk to Preston without Brunhilde.
I feel like the two of you are leaving first, and Brunhilde will catch up with you in a couple minutes when your conversation's done.
Yes, out of
Okay,
there.
so slightly outside the house, and definitely away from their hearing. Scene go.
So, Preston, obviously, you were giving me some looks during that conversation. I am quite suspicious of this gentleman. It just seems like his alibi doesn't check out. And he just seems to be dodging questions left and right. We didn't really gather much intel because, well, of him and Brunhilde going and doing whatever they did in the gymnasium, but as well as just, again, dodging questions and giving lewd responses that kind of left us in circles.
I would agree. Something is not all on a level with the good Lord Samuel. I think there's something on the tip of my memory. Something. Yeah, I want to make a court gossip wise check. Just there's got to be something about this
Do
guy.
you want to tell me something about him, or do you want to like roll for a difficulty and I'll tell you what you get?
So usually the way it would be is like if you have already sort of thought about some stuff and have it, then you would tell me an ob and have me roll.
It's all three.
Okay, cool. So yeah, court gossip wise, I don't know what else. History I can fork. What about noble wise?
Do you have something that would help him?
Research.
Yep. Okay. Noble wise will also help, so that's 3 bonus.
That's 3. Cool.
I can only give 1, right? Is that?
Yep. Yeah, you can only help with 1.
It basically the way the rule works just for the future is for helping. If you have 5 dice or more in the skill, you give 2 dice for your help, and then when you're like forking, so when you're helping yourself, you need 7 to get 2 dice.
Okay.
It's complicated as shit.
Yeah, it's.
We're playing the lighter, easier mode.
Well, just let me know whenever I can do like 1 or 2, so I just know.
Yep.
Don't mind.
If you have any skills that have 5 or more, just let us know if you help with them because you'll get 2.
Oh, okay. You only have 1.
Base up 3. Boom.
Yeah, you've heard around. Yeah, that was actually trial wise, but
oh, whoops. Yeah,
doesn't matter.
It's the same
thing. Numbers. You've heard that everyone who has ever courted this young woman has wound up dead, whether in a duel with her brother or just in a bar fight somewhere or in an alleyway. It just turns up that way. The duels are officially legal sanctioned. All the bar fights, he's never there. You know.
I'm gonna like. I'm like thinking, and we're like sort of talking it out, and then like all of a sudden, like the connection like happens, and I go, "Hold on, just a minute. I seem to remember the good Lord Samuel is involved in quite a few accidents, especially." Yes, the suitors of the Lady Kate tend to fall on hard times.
A overprotective brother, you might think. Also, can I just say, I realize now that I actually had perception myself, and it's actually 6. Obviously, it's too late now, but
yeah, perception is for like. It's not the same thing as observation. Observation is like looking at people and things. Perception is just like, I can see that way over there.
Perception
is also like wisdom.
Perception is like a combination of like your intelligence and like your like paying attention.
Okay. All right, cool.
But yeah, I think he's like, perhaps we should find out the relation of this peasant.
I just want to say that cat just stretched all the way out and then flumped over. It was just like, bloop.
I agree. Now, there's another concern I'd like to raise to you. And pushing aside our differences for the betterment of the case, ourselves, and for, I would like to think moral reasons. It seems that Brunhilde might be a tad bit biased at this point when it comes to this man. Clearly, they are getting along on a level not seen by acquaintances, first of all. Second of all, as you can see, we are here. She has stayed behind. Obviously, that leads me to believe that she can't be fully trusted with, at least with suspecting this man, Lord Samuel. What do you think on that?
I did not get the feeling that she's working with him on any sort of professional level. However, I don't think the professional level is exactly what we need to be worrying about, if you understand what I'm meaning.
Well, it seems like they definitely did practice swordplay while in there.
After dark.
Yeah, Preston just laughs.
So, and she's there now, and so it's again. I agree. I don't suspect her of professional camaraderie, but of a more romantic sort, which can even be more damning when trying to process something logical like a case. I'm just saying that her thoughts on the subject might be clouded.
Absolutely. I would suggest that we carry on as normal. We investigate this peasant, see who he was, and once we have a more compelling case, we can evaluate Brunhilde's compatibility with the group.
I concur. But I do think that we should definitely go and figure out the origins of this young boy. I think that was a great point on the next step in this investigation.
As Brunhilde is being escorted out by the butler Gerald, Gerald delivers a missive to Preston from the good Lord Samuel asking for a private meeting with you. It specifically says, not with the Lady Anne.
I am going to. I'll say, Anne, I do believe I should take this meeting. Perhaps you and Brunhilde can go meet with the boy's family, see what the relationship to all of this is, why this unfortunate young lad ended up dead in the street.
Yes, I do agree. Good luck with the meeting with that brutish man. And sorry,
Letting a fly?
there was a bug. Yeah, I almost got it. Uh, but if I must, I will spare my alone time with her for a little bit at least for the betterment of this case.
Yes, I know it's quite hard to spend any sort of time with the woman, but if you wouldn't mind.
She's literally standing right there next to you.
What?
I told you she walked up with the butler and handed you a letter.
She did.
What?
I say that still. I mean, like.
Oh well.
What a bunch
I
of
take
dicks.
out my weapon and I club him in the shins.
Perfect.
But yeah, I mean, I'll head there and we can do whatever order we want here.
Yeah, I think we should probably go with you into your secret meeting.
Sure.
And he takes you right into the gymnasium, and he's standing beside the stock on the wall. Mr. Boffington.
Billingsworth. my lord.
Billingsworth, right. As I understand it, your job is to protect the clients who hire you.
My job is, to the best of my ability, to defend my clients and attempt to provide them the representation that is guaranteed by the law.
So am I right or not?
That he's like very confused. He's like, that's what I said. Yeah, yes, my lord.
Excellent. Then I am the one hiring you. As you can, and he gestures towards the weapon. He's like, as you can see here, my sister is totally innocent. Gerald, he like snaps, and Gerald brings in a tray. It's got 2 cash die worth of like gold coins in bags, and he's like, I believe in situations like these, men such as yourself require a service fee for the additional paperwork you need in order to prove the innocence of a man such as myself.
Yeah, so I have a question here, AP. How, like, if I were to put this guy in jail, do I think that would, like built like would it be like wow, like look at Preston, what an amazing lawyer for like figuring this out and putting this guy away, or would it be more like what the hell is this guy doing?
I
Going
mean,
after
it'd be
nobles?
both, right? Like some of the nobles who are very liberal and democratic would be like, "Oh, look at the amazing social leaps we're making," and the others would be like, "This dude needs to get eliminated. Like, we can't be putting nobles away. That's bad."
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna throw away my shot on this one. Yeah, Preston looks at the money and says, ah, my lord, I think you are mistaken. You are the one who hired me, but you are not my client. My job is to exonerate your sister.
Indeed.
And I
want
intend to do so.
Encourage you to exonerate my.
Oh, I intend to exonerate your sister, my lord. I'm just not sure you're going to like the way I do it. And I think unless he stops me, I'm leaving.
I mean, when you say something threatening like that, his hand is moving towards his stock on the wall. What exactly do you mean by that, Mr. Preston Billingsworth?
Beat his ass down.
I mean, my lord,
Fuck him up.
that there comes a shift in the wind. Folks like yourself who stomp upon men of low birth, like the one who stands before you. Well, we may find that our circumstances are flipped in the future. And yeah, I'm gonna turn and make my way out.
I think he probably challenges you to a duel.
Like right here and now?
Yeah, he's still in his towel too. He's like, I will not stand such offensive behavior towards me. If you are a gentleman, you will duel me to resolve my honor, sir.
Whew. I need to look at my stuff here.
I mean, you're in his house. He's got a bunch of blades.
Oh, he's ripped.
I'm going to turn around and just spread my arms wide and say, my good lord Samuel, if you feel the need, strike me down where I stand, and in doing so, prove my case and prove my point.
You're fired, Billingston. I'll find another lawyer.
Ah, yes.
Did you just wink at him, or you like?
Yeah, he's like, we'll see how that goes for you.
I'll make sure that no one in the city ever hires you again. At least no one of a social class higher than your own.
Oh, don't worry, my lord. You'll be in no position to make sure anyone's hiring anyone when I'm done with you, sir. And yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna roll a die of fate to see if he just outright murders you. So
can I make like a roll or something to like
not get
is
murdered?
Is there like a persuasion here like to be made like?
Let me see if he is gonna murder you first,
okay.
And then we'll see. On a 1, 2, or 3, he's definitely gonna murder you. All right, no, he's gonna courteously let you go, and he's just like, "Of course, do what you think is right, Mr. Preston Billingsworth. I'll see you in court."
I bow low and say, but of course you will, my lord.
As you walk out, he says, "Geralt, find me the best defense lawyer in the city this time."
Yeah, I'd like to go meet up with
I feel like this is a good place to wrap up. We're right here at the end. I think it's very obvious to all of the characters in character who the murderer is and possibly why. Let's talk about beliefs and instincts and traits and who played towards what. I'm gonna start with Pian. I mean, you basically nailed all 3 of yours for persona, which is huge.
You won.
You won. Yeah, you basically won. Like, that's 100% completion.
Oh!
I don't know if you used any of your instincts or traits to turn the game in an interesting direction or make life harder for yourself. You definitely use them constantly to beat the shit out of Sam or random guards. Yeah. Sam, you got any cases to be? Oh man, I should have put my glasses on. Sam,
Yeah.
you got any cases to be made for your beliefs?
So I'm realizing I really should have written a belief about like my status as a low-born person. I didn't really realize how much that was gonna like come into play in this game, but I thought that was pretty
I
interesting.
thought we would actually get into court at some point. We have all
Yeah.
the singing and dancing skills. We never got to use them. We had extremely intense investigations.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, like this game went in a completely different direction than I thought it was,
Yeah,
and I'm
me
like
too.
really, really glad that it did. I really enjoyed the direction it went.
You did a bit Ronald Swanning there. You were like, yeah, come at my status, bro. I'm on my way up.
You're on your way down.
Yeah, I sort of realized like I should have written a belief about something about like even though I'm not noble born, blah blah blah, but whatever. It was fun. Thanks
We
for playing.
started on the bottom and now we're on the top.
Kind of.
Started from the bottom and now I have arrived here.
Yeah. Kelsey's asking if there's a role you can make to not get murdered. Perfect. I mean, I think that's called spending a persona point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my character's gonna get murdered.
Tell me about your beliefs, Sam. What do you think you can play towards?
Oh, I think I played towards trying to exonerate the Lady Kate. We didn't bring in Claudia too much, but
yeah, I'll give you fate for that one.
I definitely think that I probably would have earned Moldbreaker for my second belief.
Oh, because you agreed with her.
I think Anne actually convinced me that like sometimes like
I know, I was trying to get you right there at the end to be like, it doesn't matter. And you're like, no, but it does.
yeah, like I like realized that this guy's doing something shady. Like Kate pulled on the right strings and was able to convince Preston to, push in the right direction.
All right.
But I definitely think that I tried to be like as artful and like as like
no.
Really? You don't think I tried to like make everything as like
you literally did zero music involved at all.
All right, fine.
Not one line of song, not one coupled sonnet.
You're right. I failed.
Step.
What about your instincts? I feel like never throw away my shot would get you fate for sure because you almost got murdered over it.
Yeah. I think never trust Brunhilde probably helped out more than anything.
Yeah.
And I think when in doubt, talk it out got me in trouble constantly. Like I was always just trying to talk my way out of trouble and sticking my foot farther into my mouth.
Perfect. Almost. Nah, you didn't use rhetorical to your advantage. I mean, it never went bad.
Yeah. I mean, I played some of my traits, but I don't think I would have earned anything for them.
Let's talk to you, Lexi. How did Anne do on her beliefs?
Well, I will say, I just think, with Preston, I shouldn't put personal gain or profit in front of morality and justice.
Yeah, no, you get persona for that. He absolutely was convinced of it. So you get the big reward.
I didn't really realize fully my first one, but like I know exactly who it is, but I just not enough time to.
You work toward it, so you get a fate point for that. And you get a fate point for Karma's a bitch because you definitely were like, I'm gonna take you down, dude. I know you're the bad guy.
Yes.
Did any of your traits get you in trouble?
I think always
instincts or traits.
I think always having a comeback, and then also the Brunhild of lying.
They didn't get you in trouble though. They were never.
Not in trouble. Okay.
They were never like my God, like Sam almost dying. That got him in trouble.
All right, yeah, no, I was a little bit too, I made sure
you use them to your advantage, which is exactly what you want to do with them.
Okay.
to be honest, like in a one shot like this, it's almost
It's
like
really difficult.
it's almost like a bad thing to not just build instincts that are going to help you, because it's either they help you or they get you fate, and we're not going to be able to use the fate anyway. So like, who cares?
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
W.
I want to point out, Henley, thank you for joining us. That's my bro broadcaster.
What's up, bro broadcaster?
Bro broadcaster, right there. My favorite Australian. Second
Boy.
favorite Australian. Yo Jojo's my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah. Guys, this was Burning Wheel. It was crazy and chaotic. There wasn't any singing or dancing. That was like the whole premise, and instead we were like, intense fucking investigation. Lexi was like, I cracked this dude open and I check his ribs. I use my microscope.
I use this xiphoid process. Yeah.
Yep.
A little too intense.
How did we feel about this game? Sam, I know you already like it. But maybe you want to give us your normal Burning Wheel is really great.
So you want my Burning Wheel spiel here?
I want your Burning Wheel spiel. I like how you worded that too. If you'd only used that kind of musicality in the game, you would have got another point of fate.
Yeah. I love this game. I play this game all the time. I play in a weekly game and I run a weekly game, and I just ended a different weekly game that I run. I think my favorite part about this game is exactly what ended up happening, which is just like the characters just like tying themselves into these weird elaborate knots between like them and the NPCs and like the relations. And then, also like little things like what we saw was like we saw people's beliefs coming into conflict. We saw beliefs changing as a result. I think this is a pretty good example of sort of what the important things behind Burning Wheel are. So
excellent. Deanne, Lexi, how did you all enjoy? Oh man, I want to say y'all so bad. My time in West Virginia has destroyed my life.
Y'all, it's all right. I say y'all all the time.
How did y'all
embrace the southerner?
How did you all enjoy this game?
I enjoyed it a lot. I was like,
you also got to play with your cat a lot, so that was nice.
Sorry, I did.
I don't know why you're apologizing for that.
I mean, I feel kind of bad, but also I'm leaving him soon, so like I gotta get him my
Don't leave your cat. Listen, I hate my cat, and I still would never leave it alone.
I mean, he's gonna be with my mom, so. But I enjoyed the game. The game was fun.
Excellent.
I got to role play a
small
bitch. It was pretty great.
Let's do some outros.
Well, I was.
Oh yeah. No, of course, Lex. You know what? My bad. I cut you off. Don't let me do this. You go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. I mean, I had a really great time. I liked the like Sam. I almost called you Preston after tonight. I liked what Sam said about how the webs that we kind of wove and like knots that were made. Just kind of like the strategic part to it about questions you ask, information you give. Was really cool. In my opinion, I've always liked strategy games to begin with, and so this was pretty heavy on the think about what you ask and what you say, because it could have pretty dire consequences, as we saw with Preston almost dying.
Yeah, Preston totally almost got murdered.
Totally.
For real. Let's do some outros. Are you streaming after this, Lexi?
I am.
I'm gonna go ahead and host you.
2 more hours.
Yeah. I'm Arthur Perkins. This is APGamingREAL. Game didn't go anything like I thought it did, which most Burning Wheel games happen exactly like that. It gets crazy AF and goes in a completely direction. I want to thank everybody for being here and playing this game. It's a good practice run for when I play this again, chilling sellout, in 2 Fridays when we start our game of Burning Bread, a Burning Wheel game about making pizzas very intensely. Just like this was a game about singing dancing lawyers, I expect that game to go in a completely different direction. They'll probably end up being mafia bosses or something with my luck.
Oh, jeez. like, get the pepperoni. We need the pepperoni for the pizza.
Sam, there was a question from the chat. If you were a broadcaster, I was looking at Lexi's stream. Someone thought that you were a good role player and was interested if you stream. Sam, you stream? Are you a role player?
That is a great question. I am a role player that shows up on a number of streams. I'm actually getting my own stream up and running right now. I will be streaming again on Wednesday. Either going to be playing some more Torment, Tides of Numenera, or if I don't feel like reading an audiobook to my stream, I might play some XCOM 2 instead.
Ooh, don't do that. No.
What is your Twitch username?
Yes. My Twitch is at Wizened Fool. It's at the bottom of AP's. I'll post it in your chat as well. And yeah, just stop by if you want to see more. And then as well, I'll also throw out there, I'm going to be playing with AP on Eric Vulgaris's channel on Sunday. We're going to be playing more Burning Wheel. And I play a perhaps equally as pretentious, but a lot more godly and pious, but also equally trying to get themselves killed all the time. So I also want to say thank you very much, AP, for keep having me back on your show, even though all I do is like just cause chaos and nonsense. Yeah. And thank you as well, Lexi and Piano. It was great to get to play with you guys for the first time. I really had a great time.
It was a great time. It's a lot of fun. A lot of laughs.
Deanne, what can you tell us about yourself, and what do you do on the internet when you do things on the internet?
Hi, I'm Pian. I love my cat a lot.
We're very different, you and I.
Look at him. Look at his cute little face.
My cat wouldn't sit still for 5 seconds.
Well, I have a very obeying cat who's very nice and loving, and it's all lies because he's a bitch still. But anyway, I'm Pian. I do things on the internet sometimes. You can find me here. You'll be able to find me at Swarg's channel pretty soon. You'll be able to find me, like, I don't know, probably places. Tuxes, that's it. That's the one I was missing. I knew I was missing somewhere. You can find me on Tuxes. Tux Jamis. That's about it. I'm gonna pet my cat some more. And love him so much. Okay.
Lexi, how's it going? What do you do on the internet?
What do?
You want me to do that thing before where I describe all the things that you do? I still have it saved.
So. Dance for me. Dance, please. No, I mean, I can, I attempt to stream okay gameplay and some entertainment. Some people find me funny, some people find me entertaining, but you can find me at on my Twitch at MeowGamerChick, Twitter, Instagram, at MeowGamerChick as well. I just started my YouTube channel, also gonna be branching out into that. But yeah, so that's where you find me. Just don't find me at my house. That'll be really creepy. Like, I'm not gonna be ready for that.
Finding people on Twitch, very okay. Finding people at their house, not okay. Stalking.
Okay. Yes.
Just in case you're wondering, that's why he killed Bremeth, was because he was stalking the sister and like checking in on her at night. Lexi, I see your chat is concerned about the level of Italian accents. I just want to say, when you try to come at me with the Italian accents, make me very upset. I don't like people who don't have good Italian accents. I would also like to give a final thank you to my shirt tonight for continually doing some sort of like 90s music video fall down to make me seem like I'm a backup dancer. I don't know what's happening there. I need some intense like shirt modification. Thank you for joining us. This is an episode of Burning Wheel that cats were involved in heavily. Heavy cat involvement. Thank you. Good night. And thanks for all the fish.